Alright, hello everyone, welcome to VR Master League, and we're about to get ready with another match here. Second of the night, for me anyway. It's Underrated Rookies versus Tec.hni.que, set to begin pretty soon here. Of course, all predicated on not having the 5 players in, so not sure who's doing what exactly, but once that's settled out, we'll all be good to go. So Underrated Rookies coming in. And in that silver division, 1170 on the MMR sheet. 6-6 record overall. You have that roster of Yellow Man, it's Yellow Man, Tammy, Sphinx, Flem Enthusiast, Sepager, and Bambi. Over on Tec.hni.que's side, we've got them with the 1170 also, rounded MMR, 8-7 record in the silver division. Running with a roster of G-Dog, Mr. Mrs. Tejada, stream frequent. Got Quantum Realm, Purple Mikey, Kyle M, and Hollow on this roster here. So as we do get ready to begin, thank you guys for joining us here wherever you are. Channel 1, Channel 2. We've got games for you throughout the day, throughout the nights. And always going to be fun. You know, glad to be back. It's been a few days. But in Echo and VRML and all this stuff, a few days feels like eternity as... There you go. The teamwork, the chemistry, the pageantry. Such a beauty. From Underrated Rookies there. Now on the other side of things, we got, all right, people swapping teams, not a problem. These things will happen. All right, but otherwise, looks like teams are ready and they're set to go. So with that said, round 1 about to be underway here. Here we go indeed. All right, so welcome to the stream. To Snowy Blue, see John's out of there, Mr. Mrs. And going right there, trying not to miss this first joust, is going to be taken at the bottom lane. Tammy slinging it away through that mid zone. There's a midfielder there, actually just missed it, but look at the speedy boost here coming on the side of Tec.hni.que. They're going to get that disc back, not a problem. Yeah, what's up? Welcome again to the cast. My second one of the week. Been kind of out of commission, unfortunately, because internet problems, ISP problems, what else is new, but you know, no problem here, at least I hope. Just glad to be back on the cast with some good games. So right here, Sphinx, Tammy trying to link up together and find that short to mid-range boost, see if they can contest it first. Looks like they will. There's Sphinx with a disc and sending it back to Yellow in the back. It's Yellow back, right over to the front to Tammy. Now Tammy just maneuvering around, trying to tread those waters ever so carefully as it slides up to the top and is going to be grabbed there by Yellow Man, but loses it off the head. Looks like Tammy instead gets it back. Tammy trying to whirl around, swirl around, go to the backboard and going to town on that goal. It's 2-0, starting this off. Underrated Rookies first on the score sheet. And yes, agreed, Silver Fire there in the chat. It's been rough, man. Don't know what to do, because there's also not a lot of ISP options in my area, and it's usually fine, but just this season, the last month or so, it's been very strange, and I've been pretty much internetless the last 4 days now, for the most part. Been very, very sad. Missed so many good games. But over here, Kyle will get the disc, making a good game of this one, see if they can rebuttal and get that score. But nope, just going to be Sphinx with a stun, trying to deny every opportunity at that. As Kyle now links off and boosts down the floor to get another grab here near their zone. Now it's a deep pass sent over to Quantum Realm. Quantum going up to Hollow. Hollow eyeing down the goal. That's a fadeaway shot. That's going to be just snagged out by Flem. Flem, of course, recognizable face there from Season 1 among this underrated team. But Tec.hni.que coming in. And Kyle trying to get that disc maybe, but it's just going to be missed. But yeah, Flem was definitely a backliner, goalkeeper type player there in Season 1 and coming into Season 2 now. You know, trying to impress with this newer roster, newer teammates he has, as a go-to Flem enthusiast from the back line. So Underrated coming up on. And yeah, Snowy complimenting the teamwork here. And, you know, sometimes you got to work into it. Right now, making it work very, very well. It's Sphinx with a nice turnaround goal. Just snagging it out the air and throwing it down. Kind of taking the defense a little off guard, perhaps. You know, the immediate move was very decisive about it, and that's what you need to do. To work it through defenses sometimes. So that's 4 points here on the side of Underrated. Technique on this launch. It's Purple Mikey with a disc. Now we're going to work it up the floor. Sphinx is trying to contest, but does release the pass first. Or at least pass attempt, maybe just turning into kind of a clear and an interception. That's going to be tapped to the mid lane. Nice delivery there to Sphinx. Now Sphinx losing his arm, but trying to do some harm if that goes into the goal. Will be taken now by Flem. 3 different guys boosting down the floor. Underrated rookies getting a couple more. That's 6 to start this first round off of this match. All favoring the rookies. A question. Now, next season, if going into season 3, does Underrated rookies change their name? I mean, do they become the Underrated sophomores? Or the rated sophomores? I don't know. I mean, you can't possibly stay Underrated rookies forever, can you? But either way, Quantum Realm he's going to try and stabilize for his team, diving in as the goalie dived out. Quantum, assisted by Purple Mikey, just walks it in for a head-on play at the goal. See goalie Goran's Gaming in the chat there. GG. Goalie Goran, Strandy Randy. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying players got stranded, because if that's the case, indeed, never a good thing here. But nonetheless, trying to link up on the chains. I mean, you saw Technique, they were doing a good job getting back on some of these stacks, but Underrated doing just as well a pretty good job. They converted in that goal earlier thanks to their chains in the midfield right down to the bubble. Now, Flem Enthusiast will walk it up the floor here, looking for that cloud pass, and that's just going to bounce right to the hands of Hollow. Hollow saying goodbye, but you know what? It's a good grab instead by Yellow Man. So Yellow dishing it over to the sideline, and Tammy working up the floor. Has some options trying to duck through and go for that barrier pass, but will just be missed and sent to the sidewall again here, bouncing out. Now it will be taken at the Rad logo. They got some options. A bold move there from Flem Enthusiast. Going to work it up the floor. Dodging through a couple defenders as the defenders try to catch up with some crab walks. And Kyle trying to find that disc and just get a little stability here. 4:38 remaining in this first round. And a clear will just bounce right back into their waiting hands. And Kyle getting stunned out here by the 2-man. The stack of Sphinx. And a YOLO Man just going all kinds of ham on the defensive end. Now as it goes over into the bubble here, there's a stack again we talked about, Underrated. Coming up from nowhere to drag it into the goal from behind. They're just kind of hooking it in. YOLO Man assisted by Tammy in that case, but yeah, just good stacks, really able to get end-to-end from midline to the bubble, and they're getting those discs back. They're getting multiple attempts and getting them some success here to open up the match. All right, so over to the Rad logo. It's going to be taken by Hollow. Hollow trying not to rush too much if they can, but unfortunately just throwing it to Sphinx. Sphinx with the intercept there in the mid lane, and you can see there just the intent. You know, they get rid of the disc, but they're immediately looking for their stacks right after. They're not really waiting too long or too much extra, which is definitely what you need to do to continue, climbing up the ladders of Echo, because teams who rise up the ladders and get to those tops, those are the ones who just, they waste no time at all. And it's a tough thing to do because there's so much that goes into Echo Arena, so much physical game, so much mental game. So you got to be fast, so always keep up those actions per minute. Waste no time every single action, and every single second you're on the floor, you're doing something that's useful in some way or the other, even if it's just standing around making a call out or turning around to find a brawl or a boost, things like that. Purple Mikey here, they got 2 points for Technique, and they're trying to get some more. Underrated rookies, the lead with less than 3 minutes left in this first round. Some good passing here, cross from Technique being shown. And trying to maneuver around, maybe holding on to it a little bit long there, though. Going to be stunned out, and now just getting it back barely. So Quantum Realm finding that disc back, but just struggling to find those passes initially. But still, good job from Technique recollecting themselves, trying to dodge and juke, but not going to buy them success. So that's twice in a row that they kind of juked around the Geo, but lost the disc because of it. And it's always the dangers of playing that kind of style. Can be good in spurts, but you do it too much, it'll make you hurt. So off of that, Tammy will get the disc back, but have it stolen. So Quantum Realm showing some thievery of his own. Doing a good job here. Looking for maybe a potential clear and boost. They do have the player attached here, Kyle. And trying for the jukes again. And now just trying to find the pass. So in those particular cases, it works out for the shot attempt, but not able to convert, trying to paint that corner. So we'll be taken now by Kyle. You see the positioning out here in the tunnel. Very, very good job here by Purple Mikey. Just very well aware that, hey, my teammate has a chance at the disc, so instead of diving on my teammate and on the disc and adding to the dog pile, I'm going to position in the tunnel where it's most likely to be cleared. And therefore, a turnover. So that was nicely played by Purple. Nicely played by Technique. Hollow fills up the goal. Nothing hollow about that. It's a 4-point game. Technique bringing it back with some good team play. And that is just a beautiful series of passes. And you can see, so when Technique has, prioritized those passes, those cross passes, the disc is moving more, they look more comfortable. When they hold on to it a little too long, and you see these from, a lot of teams, but it kind of gets them out of rhythm, and they've had some turnovers because of that. So I think if they keep up this passing technique, they're going to be good to go into the rest of this round, or at least the next one, as Tammy. Well, there's the next score for Underrated Rookies, 10-4. And a very nice job just to find themselves pretty much the walk-ins, the deep pass and the defense. Even though there were two other players kind of approaching, they were off balance and really not able to be a factor in that play. So it was essentially a one-on-one. And really nice job from Underrated Rookies, taking advantage of the number situation in that sense. Now Kyle will get the disc here, now throwing it over to the side. There it is, the Purple Mikey with a catch, trying to look for that other pass. Beautifully done again. One more crossover down to the trench area. Not meeting the hands of anyone, but it was soft enough to maybe get this back. That said, Sphinx doing a good job to get that boost and just stun Quantum right before it can do anything with it. Now, good speed being shown from Technique. They have had a lot of that in spurts as well. But with the time now winding down, 10 seconds left. Maybe one more chance at a score. Let's see. That's going to be delivered perfectly into the fadeaway shot off the backboard. That would have been a nice highlight, but we'll end here off one more heave. 10-4 in the first round. So great opening there from Underrated Rookies, coming out with some strength. I think Technique did a great job towards the last few minutes to start getting it together and start finding their chemistry. So round 2 should be a lot better for them, I would expect. But that said, I mean, only dropping it by 6 points, so not even too big of a mountain for that matter. As we take a look at the scoreboards, and give me just a quick second to take a look at a carbonated beverage of choice. One moment. Pepper of the Doctor variety. Delicious as always. But yes, the round 2, I think, should be more successful for Technique based off what I saw in the last few minutes. I think they can just come back and look towards more of those passing plays and just try to work it around that Underrated Rookies stack and the speed that they're running with. Not the easiest task in the world for sure, but I think it's right in the books for them to bring it back here. See National Agency in there, or Information. Is that his nickname, National Information? I don't know. Give me the information. I feel so out of it. Mentioned it as being gone for a few days. It feels like I miss not even one day. I miss half an hour. It's like I miss so many things happening across the channels and the Discords, and all kinds of new memes unfold. That was a pleasant thing to check out Meme Echo on the Discord channel after a few days off and just seeing all the new developments with my face. But nonetheless, underrated Rookies here with this first possession, it looks like, off the second round. So gonna come on in, trying to send it past down Sphinx, but just getting cut off nicely by Kyle. So good defense here from Technique. Now if they can turn that into a boost, which they do, not wasting any time. Mention how that's such an important thing at Echo, in Echo. And Technique doing a good job. They boosted for the disc, didn't waste time. They made a back pass, a reset. Doing all the right things here for Technique. Underrated Rookies obviously did a lot of right things in the first round, hence why they took it and had control for most of it. But got to be careful here, because if they get caught off balance for these first 1 or 2 plays, That could be a big momentum shift, definitely in the favor of Technique. Now that said, over there, cutting it off at the bow tie and sending it through. Underrated rookies now on that clear, trying to get their stacks together. The goal is open. Now there's a speed boost coming through, gets there just in time. Hollow slapping it back to the midfield as Underrated tries to take position here. You can see Tammy going for that shoulder pass just in case her teammates got it. So doing the right things. And look, once that shoulder pass didn't happen, instead of just staying there, went down to brawl, went down to go for some boosts. And that's what I mean, keeping the actions per minute up. You're never wasting any opportunity. It's always reactionary to whatever the other team is kind of giving you and what's unfolding on the field. So I like that from Underrated. I saw it from Technique as well. These are the kind of plays that bring you some great joy as they go for that play, that passing play over there to the bow tie and separating out. Quantum Realm with a disc, has a shoulder pass, has the trench as well. Pretty much every angle, some great positioning here as Underrated tries to cover up on defense a little bit. Just diving right in and taking it out. Tammy showing the defensive hands. And now a clear. But that said, that boost coming in hot from Technique will get there first. Tammy's not too far behind, so Tammy kind of doing a little bit of everything on the floor, getting from one end to the other with the grabs, the boost, and contesting. Now that said, Yellow Man there being contested, stunned. There's the fling off into the orange zone, so Kyle trying to take that disc and find a teammate. Just recognizing the goal was covered, so nice job at the very least, even though it was a turnover. Just recognizing, you know, better try and find kind of a bouncy clear or bounce pass somewhere instead of throwing it directly into the goal. Now that said, Yellow Man, kind of a self-pass and maybe some things happen in there. Hopefully nothing too long-lasting, as that will be slung into the orange bubble. Flem Enthusiast diving out now, taking the disc over 3 minutes into round 2, and we are deadlocked. 0 still for these two teams. All right, so now linking up here, Purple Mikey taking the disc on the other side of the floor, all the meanwhile. You can see that tunnel kind of being contested by Underrated rookies, losing their stacks for a moment, but trying to get some grabs on each other and get back into the defensive area if they can. Quantum Realm, though, maneuvering here with the floor on the bottom and resetting to Hollow. So nice defense here, though, from Underrated rookies, doing some nice man coverage, one-on-one coverage there, really denying those lanes and the available receivers. But that said, Technique still trying to take it back, but not for too long as Yellow Man gets a disc here. Now well prepared for a dubstep clear, a precarious boost. Disc is loose. Hollow tries to follow it with the sling, but right back to Yolo's hands as that bounces down, up, and right back again to the outside of the bubble where Tammy is awaiting. Now, that said, Tammy's stunned now, gets it, Hollow gets it back, sends it over to Quantum Realm. Quantum gonna work it up the floor. 4 minutes now expired in round 2, and still yet scoreless, as will be Purple Mikey grabbing that disc. Trying to duck a few times, but not working out there. And kind of like we said in round 1 as well, it seems like every time, or at least a lot of the times where they try and throw the extra jukes, that's where Underrated has done such a good job of causing turnovers on Technique. Not being too tricked by the extra ducks and maneuvers all too often. That said, not applying to Underrated rookies because they just threw in a lot of clever moving from Tammy. That mobility got them the ability for the goal. 2 points, 5 minutes just about through this second round. And finally we got ourselves a score. Technique here trying to come back and offer much of the same. But like I said, I think it has to be most certainly with the passes, and because the longer they hold onto the disc seems to be when they usually get in the most trouble. Now right there, being stunned by a beautiful dive from Flem Enthusiast. That was a great offensive play from Technique, but Flem just undoing it with some heady defense, knowing just where to go, when to dive at the appropriate times. So Purple Mikey now with the disc, gonna work it up. Try and just find that bubble, but again, holding on to it and just being stunned out. And will be Tammy now with that disc. So going for a clear. Now the boost coming through from both teams. It will be better boost though from Tammy. Might have an open goal here. Walking it in and gently laying it home. It's 4 points for Underrated rookies. Took some time, but kind of finding themselves a similar position to where they were in the first round. But of course, with 4.5 minutes left, Technique can make that late run again and just get a couple goals in there in no time. All right, so Purple Mikey rolling out. You can see, again, some good defense being played. That one-on-one defense, pretty excellent. Every player, every receiver, that is, was, in fact, covered at the time. So kind of forcing that haphazard clear that will be received once again, though, from Kyle. Kyle trying to look for that side pass over to the tunnel. Hollow receives it. Now they got to be careful with that stack defensively, not to mention just the one-on-one plays over here from YOLO. But good speed shown from Technique, and they're going to get there. Well, they were there first, but unfortunately misread the disc trajectory. So that's going to bounce back to Underrated Rookie's hands as they reset to YOLO Man. And YOLO up front. Hollow trying to contest this one as they go for a bottom pass that just sails right up high. That's going to be pinned off by Quantum Realm. Now a pass over to the cross. Good job here by Quantum trying to stun out this stack and maybe cut off this lane. Just barely missing 1 and 2 players on defense, but the third trying to go for that shield was Tammy, but just being stunned out instead. Now hitting the brakes is Quantum and trying to break through all that clutter, but unable to do so as that does go right back to Mikey, and he sends it through off a bounce. National Agency saying going to sleep. All right, thanks for that information. have a good sleep nap rest. Over here though, Tammy is going to send up crossover, at least look at it, but was stunned out at the last second. Sphinx contesting, being stunned as well. Nice shield. Now linking up, Quantum and Hollow, they're blazing down the floor in a hurry, unable to get the disc back, but Kyle was. Now Kyle sends it deep on that clear, trying to hit one of his teammates perhaps over here in the deep end, but Quantum is going to be stunned as well. All right, see you later, Snowy. Thanks for stopping by. 2 minutes left before this round might be going by. Let's see. Now Technique has to still score twice in this last minute. It's certainly possible, but just the pacing definitely lower scoring in this one. Very defensive, Underrated doing a good job cutting off lanes while still being aggressive on the receivers. Now Technique, there's some good punches and contesting from their end, but really closer we get to that 1 minute mark, I mean, we're starting to get into panic mode now where some scores need to come off in a hurry. So let's see, a clear does go through with some success, but way in the back line, it will be taken back by Flem. So Flem's going to send a pass to the mid area, and then Sphinx way down to the deep side of the floor, but Purple is there for the recovery. Now it's said, taken out by Tammy from that same spot once more, and that's a 6-point lead now with 1:20 remaining. Big shot for Underrated Rookies and for Tammy, who's hit a couple there, at least from behind that backboard area. So a minute left, and unable to break the ice. Underrated Rookies, though, breaking through just enough at the very least to get those 3 goals in this round. Would be Quantum Realm, a soft pass over very nicely, and trying to get it on that goalie before the defense approached from behind, unable to do so. Unfortunately, Sphinx, a deep clear that bounces high and then back into the bubble. And time just about out, especially with one more finishing slap. It's Tammy. The cleanup duties. 8 points and a second round victory it's looking like. But just a good job from them to kind of get back into the goal. And a lot of these loose discs you see when it has been cleared into the blue zone, it's very often been Underrated Rookies getting there first with those stacks just a little bit faster. There are a couple times where Technique was able to get there, but then misread the disc a little bit. But Technique, I mean, the good things from them has been indeed the passing plays when they've launched them. You know, when they got a little too crazy with it and some of the handling and held on to it for a few extra seconds. That's kind of where they got in trouble a few times, I think. And, you know, that's the ultimate difference maker there, because otherwise it wasn't a huge margin of defeat in either round. I mean, 8-0 in this one. First round was a 10-4, so both times still kept pretty close. So I think just you know, a few things gone the other direction would have been a very successful second round. Could have been a third round easily. But, you know, a few adjustments aside there. I mean, still impressed with some of the passing I saw from Technique, but impressed with the defense and the speed that I saw there from Underrated Rookies. It was 10 points from Tammy, leading the way as well with 2 assists, 2 saves, 4 steals, 17 stuns. So Tammy leading the pack in what, 3 out of 5 categories, it looks like. I mean, just doing a great job on that end. Sphinx putting in 4 points, 1 assist, 24 stuns. Flem with 4 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, 22 stuns. And then Yellow Man with 2 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 20 stuns. For the side of Technique, it was Hollow with a couple points in there, 1 save, 1 steal, 25 stuns. Kyle contributing a save and 16 stuns. Purple Mikey with a save and 5 stuns. And then Quantum Realm with 2 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 35 stuns to lead the stun department. All right, so with that said, more streams still coming along tonight. I'm super thankful this one actually held off. My internet, that is. I had another little bit of a connection scare before we started, but we're good again. I hope. I don't know. I got to figure out something, but nonetheless, we do have more streams later on in about half an hour from now. Top of the hour, over on Channel 1, will be Wireless Jacks facing off against Ding. That's bound to be a fun one. And that's casted by Sir Dimwee and Nightfire. Now, over on Channel 1 also, in about 1.5 hours from now, I'll be there once more with a Corrupt versus Schlart team, and I'll be casting that. So you got some stuff to watch yet for the rest of the night. Good to be back and good to have a bunch of matches lined up here. But yes, with that said, good games all around. To the Twitch chat, thanks for joining in there. I see Tie-Ups, a.k.a. KFC. Trying to read your name backwards and see if it said anything, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Well, anyways, so KFC saying need a new team. Well, I wish you good luck. That's kind of, we're seeing a lot of roster shifts late in the season. Actually, all throughout the season, indeed. But you know, sometimes it just takes some time to find the right lineup of things. You know, there's 1,000+ players competing in the league, and sometimes you just gotta find the right combination. But there's a lot of new teams, new rosters changes cropping up throughout the rest of the league as well. So I don't think you're alone in that regard. I mean, I think there's something to be said definitely about sticking with a crew that you're happy with. But at the same time, there's also something to be said about making sure that you're you don't, I guess, limit your options at times, and be open to the idea that there are a lot of potential great rosters out there to be a part of. But yeah, wish you good luck on that one. Silverfire in the chat saying good playing on both teams for Technique, but it was a good game nonetheless. Yeah, they were close. They were close. First round especially, and just tough going of things and tough breaking through that defense in the second, but it was still good for sure. And Sci-Fi, FYI, Sci-Fi. Now whatever the name is, that was good. Thanks for joining as well. All right. Well, until half an hour from now on Channel 1, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML Week 8 of Season 2. Thanks for joining me. Be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other. And I'll see you again pretty soon.